Hello, everyone, and welcome to Step by Step Transformations. Wow, today is August 31st, 2020. Wow, a lot has happened this year, and we were dealt, those of you who are fans of the Marvel comic, um, uh, Black Panther. And we were introduced to him through one of the series. Lord have mercy, it's it is Captain America. Thank you. I think it was Captain America. Anywho, but the character, had his own story. Black Panther, huge for the Black community, and we learned late Friday evening that the star Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, lost his 4-year battle with colon cancer. And so, I share this to say, we definitely cannot take life for granted. We never know, of course, what people are going through. So we should be mindful of that with our interactions with one another. But, I definitely want to send out, my condolences to his wife and to his family and to, all of us who are fans of the movie Black Panther. I try to, as much as possible, try to see the good, try to see the positive, because I've learned recently that I have no control, even when I thought I did have any control. And so, because it does me no good to, be depressed or to, be overly anxious for, just be anxious, period. So, anywho, I'm trying something different. As you can see, you hear my voice, but you don't see my smiling, beautiful face. But I wanted to talk today, or at least kind of talk this month, some things that could potentially be impacting your goals. And so for this week, we're going to be covering, and I think it'll go over into next week as well, talking about, having you to stop overthinking things, just period. Some people, that is just something that is a struggle. And so what I want to do is provide you some simple strategies for obtaining more clarity, of course, and increased concentration. Excuse me. Increased concentration. So with that said, stay tuned. You don't want to miss out. Hey, so before we dive right in, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Natalie, and I'm a Christian life coach. I work with working women like you to accomplish the goals that you actually care about. I show you how to get back on track, set your dream goals, and reach those goals by developing the laser focused and direct impact steps that will get you there. We work together using my customized signature coaching process and action plan. So, this is who I am. Feel free to reach out if you're ready to get from where you are to where you want to be. Thank you. Okay, so welcome back. So, as I indicated, today I want to talk about how to stop overthinking everything. All humans think about the past and worry about the future. So you are not you're not immune to that. You're not an anomaly in that fact. However, though, some people tend to overthink. They get caught up in loops, thinking about the same problems and worries over and over again without being able to turn off their thoughts or solve their problems. Sounds like a cycle to me. Overthinking can affect physical and mental well being and increases the risk of anxiety and depression. Um, if you tend to overthink, want you to continue to listen so you can learn more about how overthinking affects you and find out how you can learn to take back control of your thoughts. So, what I want to do today is kind of look at our brain and see, what happens to your brain and your body when you overthink. So, overthinking has a profound effect on our body and mind. It can affect our mood, our sleep, and impact your health. The reason overthinking affects us so profoundly is rooted in our individual biology. So let's look at specifically what happens when overthinking occurs and what's going on in the brain. So, in historic buildings, even those made from marble and stone, the constant trampling of feet up and down the stairs will eventually leave a groove on each tread. And I don't know if you've ever seen in old buildings what that actually looks like. In my church, actually, it was an old high school, I believe, and the stairs actually has grooves in it, and they're quite large. And it's interesting, when I was putting this together, it was something that I thought about. So, anywho, I just thought that I would share that with you. Anyway, if you walk up those stairs, of course, it's natural for your feet to fit in the indent left by thousands of other feet. Now, mind you, at my church, those indents, they don't fit. They're a lot larger. So basically, it has grown over time. So in fact, basically, the sloping indent makes it hard to put your feet anywhere else. So when we overthink, something similar happens in our minds. Our thoughts lay down grooves in our mind, just like the grooves in the stairs. Rather than being carved in stone, however, the grooves in our minds are made up of neurons. So we're getting a little scientific here, so just bear with me. Our brains contain trillions of neurons, which are a special type of nerve. So these neurons are connected to each other in vast networks, far more powerful than any computer. So every thought we have or memory we make is encoded in these networked neurons. So most of the information we take in during the day doesn't stick into our neural web. If you don't believe this, just try to remember what you had for breakfast 5 days ago. Now, you may be thinking, well, that's easy because I eat the same thing every day for breakfast. So how about dinner? You might not have the same thing for dinner every day. So, 5 days ago, what did you have for dinner? That's the point of the question. So it takes a few repetitions before a thought begins to knit together a strong network of neurons. But the more we repeat a thought, the stronger that thought's neural network becomes. For example, if you are learning a language, the more you review vocabulary, the more you can remember. In this way, neuron by neuron, overthinking lays down a groove in our mind. The more we overthink situations, the easier it is to fall back into overthinking the next time. This is particularly true because our brains hold on to negative information more easily than positive. So this tendency is an evolutionary adaptation designed to keep us safe from danger. After all, it's more important to remember that tigers are dangerous than to remember that they are cute eaters. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. So the more we think, so the more we overthink about negative situations, the stronger our overthinking network becomes, and the easier it is to keep overthinking. So that's the impact of overthinking to our brain. So now let's look at overthinking in your physical health. So our imaginations are powerful. They are so powerful, in fact, that what we imagine, in our minds can have a physical effect on our bodies. When we overthink and start imagining negative situations, our brains and bodies respond to this internal stressor the same way they respond to an external stressor, such as a screaming boss or a dangerous dog. When we experience a stressful event, our bodies release a chemical called cortisol. Cortisol causes the body to release fats and sugars in the bloodstream to act as quick fuel in case we have to fight or run from danger. It also primes our immune system to be on high alert in case we get injured. So this stress response is extremely effective when we have to deal with a physical threat. However, when the threat is mental or emotional, it is much less effective. When excess fats and sugars circulate in our bloodstream without being used up by exercise, they can lead to heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. And when our immune system goes on high alert for a long time, it can turn against the body, leading to autoimmune problems such as allergies, asthma, arthritis, and a variety of digestive problems. So since the body experiences overthinking as a type of stress, overthinking can contribute to all of these health problems. And I will say, when it comes to cortisol, if you carry a lot of weight around your midsection, stomach area, that's an indication of you having a high amount of cortisol in your body. So, lastly, we'll talk about today, we'll end on overthinking and your mental health. So, in addition to causing physical stress, overthinking can negatively affect our mental health. Overthinking increases negative thinking, increases negative emotions such as sadness, reduces motivation, concentration, and attention, and makes it difficult to think creatively or engage your problem-solving abilities. People who overthink may also find it difficult to calm their racing thoughts and fall asleep at night. Not getting enough sleep is associated with a wide variety of physical and mental health problems. So don't take this as the gospel. There are many reasons why, you may not be sleeping well, but, this is something you may want to consider. A lack of sleep can cause difficulty concentrating, short temper, bad mood, and increased stress. Sleeplessness can also impair judgment and coordination in a similar manner as alcohol. So when a person is already feeling low from lack of sleep, they are more likely to fall into overthinking, creating a worsening feedback loop. So over time, overthinking can lead to anxiety and depression. In addition, people who are already experiencing anxiety and depression are more likely to overthink. Overthinking is also common in people who have experienced trauma in their past or who experience post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. So while overthinking can contribute to serious mental and physical health problems, it can be successfully overcome. So I want to stop there because tomorrow Wednesday. So I think, Wednesday, September 2nd. I want to talk about overcoming overthinking by living in the present. So that's what I'll cover on tomorrow. So today, as I indicated, we're trying something new with the with an audio here, and I definitely wanted to cover and really make sure that we understand. There's a myriad of reasons why we don't necessarily achieve our goals, but there are those that could be not readily identifiable. So sometimes, we could be overthinking things that um, mm, that are not necessary to overthink. We could be focusing our attention in places where it's not even needed. And so, what I want to do, additionally, if you need some help in determining if this is a struggle for you, if you know that this is a struggle for you, to help you with releasing this so that you can move forward. I encourage you to click the link in the in the description box to set up the free discovery call with me so we can, talk through, what some of your concerns and some of your issues, so that I may hopefully be able to help you to see them and at least get you one step closer to your goal. Also, if you haven't had a chance to download my freebie, I highly encourage you to click the link, which is also in the description box, to download it takes you right to the site where you can download the freebie on basically identifying your values, which are basically the foundations for any goals that you set. So I hope you enjoyed today. Leave me your comments and tell me your thoughts. And until next time, take care and God bless.